So these are 6 mistakes that software engineers need to look out for when starting on their first job. Make sure to stick around for number 5. This one is super, super important and generally overlooked. Hit that like button and also subscribe below for more content like this. So number 1 is extremely common for people entering the industry, and that is not asking for help. This is something that I had a lot of trouble with the first 3 months on my first job, is that I was so scared to ask for help and I was so scared to show people that I was potentially unqualified for this job. That just isn't the case. You probably have the technical aptitude, but this stuff is really, really complicated. Code bases are really complex. And the best thing to do is just to ask for help. People are so much more willing to help you out and help unblock you, and you can be so much more efficient if you just ask a question that can get you unblocked. A lot of the times I found that I would get stuck on a problem and there would be one little thing that prevented me from finishing the whole problem. And without the solution to that, I was just totally lost. If I had just asked for help and gotten that unblocked, I could have easily gotten that whole problem and figured out a solution much quicker. This will help you to be more productive and also to show your managers that you can really get a ton of work done very efficiently. So number 2 is reviewing mistakes as wrongdoings and not a learning opportunity. So every time you make a mistake, you need to take away from that, what did I learn? And also, how can I not make this happen in the future? If you consistently beat yourself up for mistakes, you're going to be really miserable and not have a great experience at your job. And mistakes are part of the process, it's part of learning. I would argue that I've learned the most from the mistakes that I've made. And the key is to write it down or log them somewhere, or mentally put in your head the reason why you made this mistake and how you can avoid this in the future. So number 3 is not writing out a plan before you code. This can apply to any setting more than just on the job. It can apply to interview questions and your own personal projects, but always having a concise plan of how you're going to approach something after you've done the research is really, really important. And this is something that occasionally I still get tripped up on, is sometimes I just want to jump right into writing code, and I really need to realize I take a step back and I write out a document which says exactly what I'm going to do step by step, and I follow that process. And every time I do that, it helps me be so much more efficient. When you write something out and also have your coworkers review it, then you can start asking about design decisions and picking out different things, thinking about different strategies, and ultimately reducing the amount of bugs you might introduce into the code. Now, this isn't to say write out a whole document that's effectively pseudocode. The ideal thing to do is to write out a document that has a bunch of talking points, bullet points, design decisions, technical decisions, and also the step-by-step process you'll implement, which is a general overview so that you'll have that to refer back to when you're actually writing the pseudocode and the real code. Number 4 is not continuing to learn on and off the job. So if you have a job where you're not being pushed to learn, that's probably not the best thing. Effectively, if you can take up new projects on the job or go into different parts of the code bases that you might be uncomfortable with, this is a really great learning opportunity and will help you grow as a software engineer. Now, another thing is learning off the job. It's really easy to only go into work 40 hours a week and not touch code at all outside of work. And one of the best ways to learn is to do your own personal projects and to touch different technologies outside of work, or beef up the understanding of the technologies you do use at work. Continuous learning is fun, and no, I'm not saying your whole life should be based around coding. Definitely go and do other things that are enjoyable and fun, but bake in 30 minutes to an hour a day to learn something new, or set one day a week to be the learning day or something. Just do some extra things on top of what you already do, and this will help you advance. Now, number 5 is actually what happens before you even get the job, and it's not negotiating your salary. So I've heard and also read online about a lot of people just accepting the first offer that they get. And I have a few friends who've also done this as well. And that's really, really bad, because companies, what they're going to do is it's in their best interest to either lowball you or give you an average offer. And that's what they want. They want you to accept this and not push back. And I think as a software engineer, yes, it's not all about the money, but money is an important aspect of any kind of job. So whatever industry you're in, why would you not ask for more money? A lot of people think they feel weirdly, awkward asking for more money or feel out of place to do so. But the thing is, you do provide a lot of value in the industry, so you might as well negotiate and bring to the table what you can do. In negotiation offer, you basically want to say, what can I provide? What do I have that I can bring? Where can I bring value, and what problems can I solve? And if you can show them that and give them a realistic increase or rebuttal offer, then they'll probably come back with something kind of positive. Now, the whole goal is to work as a team between you and the company to figure out where the offer should stand. It shouldn't be, this aggressive, I want X amount. It should be this back and forth. Companies, they have all these rules all over the place. Some might give more stocks, some might give more base, some might give more bonus, some might give a mix of any of them. There are a bunch of different things. Some might give more vacation, but not extra money. There are all these things you can do. So whether it's negotiating salary or negotiating benefits, trying to do at least a little of both is really, really important. So the final one, and number 6, is asking why you're doing what you're doing and also pushing back when need be. So when you're writing some code, sometimes you'll get to something that your PM has given you and you'll get through it, write it, push it up, and you've gotten to the point where you're questioning, why did I even write that? Like, what value did that actually add? So it's really important when you're creating tickets on the job and creating work on the job and also writing your code to continuously ask, where is this providing value? Why am I writing this? And also, if your workload is getting to be too much, it's perfectly fine to push back and say, I can't take this on. And unless it's an absolute crucial feature, or you can figure out some other things. I mean, some weeks at work, you will have to work, overtime or do extra things, but I think it really is a balancing game depending on the job that you have. Some weeks you might work a little less or have a lighter week, and other weeks you might have a really intense week. So it's all over the place. So I think pushing back when need be, if your plate is really getting overwhelmed and you don't think you can finish the work, it's completely acceptable to push back and figure out a plan where you'll still be able to get the work out or disperse the work across the team. So these are the 6 mistakes that I've seen software engineers make in the industry. If you disagree with any of them, if you have any thoughts on any of them, drop a comment down below with your thoughts and let's start a conversation. Now, in your first software engineering job, making mistakes is part of the process. You're going to make mistakes, but the best thing to do is to learn from them and to move on and not make them again. This is definitely easier said than done, but if you go in with a good mindset and take note of this, you'll do fine. So like, subscribe, and check out some of my other web development and career videos here.